All right, family, peace and light, peace and light. I hope that y'all are well. It's been a long time. If you ain't in the wellness community, it's been a long time. If you're in the wellness community, hey, family, we was just talking earlier. Okay. Now, listen, y'all. Okay, listen. We are in the midst of a Taurus takeover. You hear me? This is a Taurus take over. Okay, shout out to all the Tauruses. Shout out to all the Taurus placements. Listen, before I even get fully started, I'm just going to say y'all need to go ahead on and pull up your natal charts. Y'all need to start looking at your Taurus placements. Y'all need to start being aware of how this energy will affect your Taurus placements because we are in the midst of a Taurus take over. Do you hear me? You hear me what I say? Huh? Do you hear me what I say? A Taurus takeover. And it's real. It's here. It's happening. And honestly, it's been happening for about, I'll say maybe the past 3 to 4 days, really since about the 15th. Okay. We are presently, what's today? I think today like the 17th. Let me see. It's the 17th, huh? It's been going on since about the 15th. And I know that Taurus has been taken over by the energy that is around. Okay, so my intention for this live is to explain, break down, and increase and elevate our understanding of this Taurus takeover. I'm going to explain the energy impact that this Taurus takeover is likely going to have. I'm also going to share with you 5 do's and don'ts. I'm going to share with you 5 journal prompts, 5 crystals, and 5 herbs, all that we can utilize to increase our understanding of how this energy may affect us and also how we can utilize this energy for our wellness. Because here's the thing, family, all energy can be used for your wellness. I was just having a consultation today, and I told the sister, I said, one of my favorite sayings is the saying that life does not happen to you, it happens for you. And when we shift our perspective to understanding that life happens for us, right? Life happens for our wellness. It really helps us understand that we have the power to be alchemists. You are the alchemist. I am an alchemist. We are alchemists. We have the power to turn lead into gold, to turn hurt and harm into abundance and wealth and growth and light, right? So this is the thing. When it comes to understanding that life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's about understanding how can we utilize any energy that comes our way for our wellness? How can we transmute any energy that is in the atmosphere for our wellness? So anytime I do these videos, and I listen, I'm not one of them folks who's just going to talk about all the good. Like, oh, Taurus is strong and Taurus energy is all about grounding. Yes, that's true. But I'm also going to share with you some of the downsides where you may be tested. I'm telling y'all now. During this Taurus takeover, you will be tested. This energy is about being very introspective and looking at self. You are about to get a real mirror held up to who you really are, right? So dealing with that and understanding that, it's about what can we do? What can we practice? What can we utilize in order to pass the test, in order to utilize this energy for our wellness? Okay, family? So we're going to get into it. I'm going to explain the new moon, Jupiter, Mercury direct, and how all of this energy in Taurus is working together and how we will utilize it for our wellness. Okay. Now, if you are in the wellness community, as you know, you don't have to take notes. My notes is already drafted up. Okay. My notes is already drafted up. So if you are in the wellness community, you do not need to take notes. As soon as this live is over, I'm going to post it. If you are not in the wellness community, I do advise that you take notes. I personally don't feel like this is a heavy note taking week. I feel like, you could take some shorthands. The part that you're gonna really take detailed notes on probably it's gonna be the journal prompt. So if you are not in the wellness community, you probably could do good shorthand notes on everything else. In the journal prompts, you want to write in detail. But if you're in the wellness community, you getting a long hand, full paragraph notes of everything, okay? And I'm providing that for you. All right, family. So let's get into it. Let's get started. Now, I'm smiling so hard because y'all, we have a new moon in Taurus peaking on May 19th at 11:53 a.m. Eastern Time. The new moon is in Taurus May 19th at 11:53 a.m. Eastern Time, but then it's making a quick transit into Gemini at 2:48 p.m. So at 11:53 a.m. Eastern Time, it'll be in Taurus, but then it's going to make a quick transit into Gemini at 2:48 p.m. Eastern Time. And as I explained previously, whenever the new moon or any moon phase makes a quick shift immediately after the peak, that's a change in transition energy. Okay. So that is a sign that quick changes and quick transitions will take place. But these changes are not so much about the external. These changes are about the internal. I'm telling y'all now that a lot of this time, a lot of this energy is really going to be meant for you to do the internal work so you can manifest externally. Okay. And the reason I'm so happy that this new moon peaks on May 19th is because y'all, May 19th is Malcolm X's birthday. Okay, May 19th is Malcolm X's birthday. So it's a new moon in Taurus with a quick transition into Gemini. And we got the Don Dada big Taurus Gemini cusp energy himself, Malcolm X. Okay, it is happening on his birthday. And I just think that that's a very beautiful thing and a very telling thing. A lot of powerful energy right there. Okay. Now, new moons are all about setting intentions and manifesting. But what are the intentions that we want to set in alignment with this Taurus energy? We'll get to that, okay? Now, Jupiter transitioned into Taurus yesterday on May 16th, okay? And it will be there until May 25th of next year. So we have about a full year of Jupiter in Taurus. Now, Jupiter is all about expansion. But here's the thing, y'all. Listen to me close. Yes, Jupiter is about expansion. Yes, Jupiter is about abundance. It's about philosophy. It's about ideals, right? Having vision. That's what Jupiter is about. But Jupiter expands and manifests according to the nature of who you are. Okay? A lot of folks is talking about the expansion energy. Diddy, this is not your video, Diddy. This is not your video. I'm talking to the people. Okay. Now, a lot of folks are talking about this expansion energy, but I'm telling y'all, the only thing that's being expanded is what you are putting out into the universe. So with Taurus energy, Taurus is very introspective. Taurus is all about going within. Okay, be clear about that. What's going to be expanded is everything that you are manifesting from your spirit, from your mind, and from your works. I'm telling y'all now, if you have not been doing your work, I don't want to hear no complaining about you not being expanded. If you have not been changing your thought patterns and doing your work to be mindful and think positively and have your visions, if you have not been doing your work mentally, I don't want to hear nothing. Huh? If you have not been doing your work to make sure that your spirit is well and whole and that you are receiving your spiritual communication, you are tapping into your divine or your intuition, you are really doing your work to make sure that you are internally well, I don't want to hear no complaint about what you are or are not expanding. Yes, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, but Jupiter is in Taurus, which is all about expansion of self. Okay? The way that you think is manifesting. The way that you move is multiplying. The works that you put out will multiply. If you start the business now, the business will grow abundantly. Okay? You start the channel now and you be consistent, it will grow abundantly. you start thinking positively and you've been speaking I am mantras and doing your chanting, all of that energy is going to come to you abundantly. It will expand. But if you haven't been doing the work, that energy is also going to come to you abundantly. If you've been just sitting around and complaining and, oh, woe is me, and you ain't been doing nothing to help yourself out of your situation by changing your thought patterns, changing what you're putting in your body, changing the people that you hang around, changing the energy that you're taking in and the energy that you're putting out, that's going to expand too. Okay. So this Jupiter in Taurus is expansion, yes, but it's an expansion of whatever in that mirror. When you look in a mirror, according to the nature of who you are, to your authentic self, to how you truly think, what your true intentions are, that is what will manifest. That's what you can look forward to expanding. So I'm not trying to rain on nobody's parade. I'm just saying, if you ain't been doing your business, if you ain't been handling your business, it's about to show. If you ain't been putting in your work, you're gonna be in turmoil. Okay, we got a year of Jupiter in Taurus. So you got about a year to really put in your work so that you can see that energy return to you abundantly. But the good news is if you've been doing your thing and you've been putting in your work and you've been manifesting and visioning and really working on your thought patterns and chanting your I am mantras and putting wellness energy out there, and you've been minding your intentions and you've been doing your healing work, all of that energy is about to expand as well. All of that energy is going to return to you abundantly as well. This is all about expansion according to the nature of who you are, manifesting according to the nature of who you are. So when I ask folks, what are your intentions? Truly, when you said that, what were your true intentions? When you did that, what were your true intentions? What was your true purpose? What was your true why? Because that is the energy that will return to you abundantly. That's Jupiter in Taurus, okay? And again, we got it from May 16th of this year until May 25th of next year. Now, we also have Mercury. Mercury is direct in Taurus, okay? Now, to think about Mercury being direct in Taurus, Mercury is our planet, our planetation, our planet of communication and agreements. Okay. Now, Mercury was in retrograde. It went direct. I think it was May 14th it went direct. But this is the thing, that retrograde shadow period lasts until about the 31st. Now, what does retrograde shadow period mean? It looks like what kind of happened today, where I was in a consultation and the internet was glitching a little bit. Mercury is also over technology. The internet was glitching a little bit. I said, that's that shadow period energy. That's that shadow. That's that shadow energy. I said, I rebuke you. I had to look at the internet till you do right by us, everything you think about. So that's Mercury retrograde energy. It also looks like rough communication in certain areas, okay, but not as frequent as full retrograde. That's the shadow period energy. But just know that Mercury is direct in Taurus, okay? Now, that shadow period lasts until about the 31st of this month. However, just understand that it's important to be mindful of your internal communication, how you are speaking to yourself, the agreements that you are making with yourself. And when I say agreements that you are making with yourself, it's about what are your internal commitments to self, commitments to your boundary. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of really minding your boundaries at this time. And I'm going to tell you why you need to do it. Okay. So just a quick review. It's a Taurus takeover. Taurus is the fixed earth sign. It's a fixed earth sign. Taurus is really centered in being grounded, finding safety and security, and being steady and stable and still. Okay, so any type of sudden movement, any sudden changes and shifts may shake you. Anywhere you have Taurus placements, I see somebody said Taurus in my 8th house. Anywhere you have Taurus placements, it may kind of, if you get any shifts or shakes in that area, it makes you feel a bit unstable. You're going to be looking to feel steady and calm in any area that you have Taurus in your natal charts. Okay, so look that up, see where Taurus is, and you are really going to be seeking safety and solitude and steadiness. Okay, now just be mindful of that energy. Taurus is very introspective and it's really about self, heavily about self, okay? So be mindful of that. Now, the new moon, May 19th, okay, in about 2 days, peak of the new moon, May 19th at 11:53 in Taurus, but with a quick shift to Gemini at 2:48 p.m., both Eastern Standard Time. Be mindful of that. Another thing to be mindful of is that Jupiter is in Taurus as well and will be in Taurus for about a year, a little over a year, okay? Expansion, idealism, philosophy, all that good stuff. Also keep in mind, I had some a smoke bowl going. I smell it kind of strong. I want to make sure everything's okay. 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 But yes, I got to make sure. Y'all know I be having incense and smoke bowls. When the incense is about to go out, the smoke bowl about to go out, it starts smelling a little extra strong. You got to is it going out or is it lighting up too much? Huh? Got to make sure ain't nothing burning. Okay, I only got a little 1 bedroom. You know what I mean? Can't take no chances. Okay, but yes. So Jupiter is all about expansion, and Jupiter specifically in Taurus is about expansion and manifestation and abundance according to the nature of who you are, how you really think, how you really feel, how you really show up in your philosophies, your ideas, your efforts, your work, and things like that. Okay, so yes, expansion, yes, abundance, but according to the true nature of what you've been doing and the work that you've been putting in. So be mindful of that. And then Mercury direct in Taurus as well. So good communication, good agreements, being mindful of your boundaries, all really internally. Be mindful of your self-talk, the way that you are thinking, okay? The way that you are projecting your energy and really towards self. Be mindful about minding your own boundaries, okay? Things like that, all right? Now, that's just a quick overview of what's going on, but let's get into some deep details about how this energy will impact you. Again, wellness community, the notes will be available in the Patreon as soon as I finish this video, okay? If you are not in the wellness community, you may want to take some quick shorthand notes on this part. The energy impact, the first thing, Taurus energy is about being self-reflective and finding comfort and stability. When your stability is tested, you will be triggered. Your stability and your wellness will be tested during this time. Mark my words, I'm telling you now. Your stability and your wellness will be tested during this time. So lots of triggers will be coming to the surface, and maybe some you never knew were present. This is the thing, family. With all of this Taurus energy coming forward right now, you're looking for comfort and stability. Again, Taurus is a fixed earth sign. You're looking for comfort and stability and steadiness. Any little shifts may feel like it's shaking you right now. This is the time where you are going to see that your triggers will be tested. People are going to try you when it comes to your wellness during this time. So that thing that you are avoiding in order to maintain your peace, somebody going to try to put it under your face to test you to see what you're going to do. Okay? Those boundaries that you have set up to maintain your wellness, somebody going to test those boundaries to see how well you are truly maintaining your wellness. So when I say your wellness will be tested, that's what I mean. And I'm going to give an example. Okay? This is a real life example. Grayson, I love you. I love you. I'm going to use you as an example, Grayson, in the wellness community. Grayson, in the chat, in the group chat, I think it was yesterday, I took note of this. I said, he don't even know this is Taurus energy. He don't even know. He don't even know he's in alignment right now. Yesterday, he had put in the chat, he said, why is it, I think he said, why is it that when I watch the news, I say I don't watch the news to maintain my wellness, right? So he was saying he doesn't watch the news to maintain his wellness. But when he says that, people proceed to try to go on and tell him what's going on in the news. That's this energy. Something as simple as that is what I'm talking about. That's this energy. They're going to test you. You let somebody, you make it clear that you have a boundary to maintain my wellness. I choose not to watch the news. To maintain my wellness, I choose not to watch the news. And then the person proceeds to go on and says, well, you know, in the news, this is what's going on. Bitch, I just told you I don't want to know what's going on in the news. I just told you to maintain my wellness, I don't watch the news. Why would you sit here and keep sending me articles and keep trying to talk to me and tell me what's going on if I told you that for my wellness, this is a boundary for me? Why are you trying to test my boundary? That's this Taurus energy. Okay, that's this energy. They're trying to test your wellness boundaries. They're trying to shake your stability to see if you are who you really say you are. You're going to have to start putting those things into practice, putting your wellness practices into practice, putting your grounded techniques into practice. When people try to test your boundaries and they try to trigger you, two things need to occur during this time. You need to mind your trigger, identify that trigger, be fully aware that I am triggered. What in me is triggered, and what is my wellness practice to handle this trigger? And then when you get out of that situation, you can do the work to get to the root of that trigger and unpack that. But immediately in those moments, you need to ask yourself, what in me is triggered? Why am I triggered? Boom. Okay. What is my wellness practice to handle this trigger? What is it? What do I do to handle this trigger? And go there. But people testing your wellness right now, people trying to pull your triggers right now, that's this energy, okay? And the reason is, again, Taurus, fixed earth sign, you're desiring stability, you're desiring to be steady. They are going to try to shake your grounds a little bit, okay? You just got to put your wellness practices into play and remain strong, remain steady, okay? The next thing, energy impact number 2. Jupiter in Taurus is about expansion of our inner world to our outer world. The universe is reflecting and manifesting exactly where you are in the work you've been doing or not. Now, I'm about to hurt a few feelings. Let me sip a little water. I'm telling you now, I already know I'm about to hurt a few feelings. I already know. And I'm not even going to front and say that my intentions is not to hurt your feelings, because I'm telling you now, I just know my intention is to keep it real with you. And the consequence of that may be your feelings may get hurt. Okay. And I'm not apologizing. You need to hear it. Okay. This is real auntie love I'm about to give you. This is something I would tell my niece right here. I would shake her and tell her the same thing. I don't want to hear no complaining if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. Every week I sit up on here and I tell y'all about journal prompts and do's and don'ts and crystals and herbs and different things you could do. Every week I tell you. Not every week, every moon phase I tell you. Okay. Even outside of me, I'm sure you're probably out here reading books and you're probably doing different things and people telling you what to do. And aside from other people telling you what to do, your spirit is telling you what to do. Your dreams is probably giving you signs of what to do. If you've been sitting on your ass and you ain't been doing what you're supposed to do, it's about to show. Don't be sitting around here hollering about Jupiter is all about expansion. Jupiter is about expansion according to who you really are and the work you've really been doing. So when you walk around here, Jupiter is in Taurus for a full year. The inner world is manifesting to an outer world. When you walking around here angry and upset and out of whack and feeling unstable and feeling uncomfortable, it's because what happened to your grounding techniques that we've talked about 3 moon cycles ago that I told y'all to get on. When you out here getting into arguments and having disputes and debates with people, what about that communication style work I told you to do last moon cycle and I put the link in the Patreon for? What about that? Have you been doing your work? What's your grounding techniques? That's that Taurus. Now you need it. Mercury direct in Taurus. You need that communication style work right now. So these things aren't just being told to you for no reason. These practices aren't being put on a silver platter for you for no reason. Have you been doing your work? Because right now you're about to have to show it. You about to have to show your work. This is really going to be the test. Jupiter is going to expand your inner world to your outer world. If you've been doing the inner work, your outer world will be abundant with all the beautiful manifestations of the work you've been doing. But if you ain't been doing your inner work, baby, it's about to show. It's about to show. But also, Jupiter is in Taurus for a full year. So the same way I would tell my blood niece, my blood nephews, you got some grace. You got some grace. I love you. And you got some grace. The universe is giving you some grace. Okay, so you got a year to start shifting and changing and doing some work. You got a year to take yourself seriously. Jupiter expansion in Taurus. Jupiter in Taurus is not about the outer, it's about the inner. You got a year to really start doing your work and to shift your energy. You got a year, baby. Okay, so you got time to shift and change. You could get up and decide today, okay, I'm gonna start doing it. Okay, I'm gonna start practicing my wellness practices. I'm gonna start listening to my Ori. I'm gonna start following my intuition. I'm gonna start taking myself seriously. I'm gonna write this business plan. I'm gonna finish reading this book. Wellness community. I'm gonna finish reading this book. The book we're reading for this month, Wellness Community, is all about awareness. You always ask the question, right? People ask the question, how will I know it's my intuition? How do I know it's spirit? If you read the book of this month, the answers is in the book. The answers in the book. You want to increase your awareness? You want to increase your intuitions? The answer is in the book. The answer is in the book. You just got to read the book. Okay, so start doing your work, family. Really start taking yourself seriously if you want the universe to take you seriously. Okay, start valuing yourself if you want the universe to show you your value, how you value yourself. Okay, so I'm just going to end that point with this. The universe manifests according to the nature of who you are. God utilizes the universe to manifest according to the nature of who you are. Jupiter in Taurus is only going to expand that manifestation. If you don't like what's manifesting, you need to shift your nature. That's it. Third one, Jupiter and Mercury direct in Taurus brings opportunities coming to fruition. Embrace them. Y'all got to be open to opportunities. Be open to new opportunities, okay? Stop self-doubting. Stop questioning your worth. Stop thinking that you're not good enough. Stop thinking that you're not qualified enough. Even when you get the position that you don't feel like you qualified for, you got blessed with it for a reason. Jupiter is expansion, okay? So you're about to get opportunities that's greater than what you imagine, things that you would have ever thought possible. Step into it and know that you are worthy. They didn't call on you for no reason. That door didn't open for you for no reason. You are worthy. Okay, so really start chanting, I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy. Practice worthiness. Practice worthiness. You are worthy. Okay. When the big doors open, you got to take some big steps through them doors and know that you are worthy and you are valuable. Okay. Remember that. Next one. We on the fourth one, y'all. Fourth energy pack. Mercury direct will lead to enhanced communication and agreements. Now listen to this one close, y'all. I don't want y'all don't. I love y'all. Listen to this one close. Mercury direct will lead to enhanced communication and agreements. Jupiter brings us more in-depth understanding of self, our own values, and philosophies. This could lead to external and internal forgiveness, bridges being mended, and possibly new relationships beginning. Family, enhanced communication, better agreements. Mercury direct in Taurus. Jupiter is about expansion, the internal manifesting as the external, our inner world manifesting as our outer world. A lot more understanding of past events and conversations and experiences. A lot of folks are taking accountability. A lot of folks are self-reflecting. A lot of folks are practicing forgiveness during this time, forgiveness of yourself and others. This could look like relationships being mended. Now, I'm not telling you to get back with that baby daddy that drugged you across the street 2 years ago. I'm not telling you that. You can forgive, but I'm not telling you to go back. What I am saying, sometimes you might need to give them another chance. Not the one that drugged you, but that other, the other one, the other baby daddy, the new baby daddy, the recent baby daddy. Give them another chance. That's all I'm saying. Forgiveness, mending broken relationships. You know what I'm saying? A lot of internal and external forgiveness. That's all I'm saying. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Just be open and Cash. What you mean no spinning the block? You never know. That might be your husband. That might be, he had you in the headlock 3 years ago, but he let you go. He let you go, Cash. Okay, he loosened up the grip when you said he loosened up the grip. He wanted to make sure you was breathing, Cash. You know, no, I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking seriously. Don't go back to that. Don't go back to that, okay? look, Tanessa said, no, I am worthy, okay? Don't go back to that. Don't go back to that. But seriously, y'all, just be open to internal and external forgiveness. Be mindful that over this next year, you may start really reflecting on past relationships and realize that, like, hey, listen, you know what? I feel like I can let this go a little bit. I'm not feeling as angry as I once. Remember, the definition of forgiveness is to release anger and resentment. I'm not feeling as angry as I once felt about this. I'm not feeling as resentful as I once felt about this. You know what? I'm ready to let this go. There may be some restorative conversations that occur. Just be open to that. And this is with family. This is with friends. This is with anybody, you know. Be open to that, and also be open to new beginnings, new relationships starting. Okay, so just be open, clear communication, improved agreements. Okay, Bree said, get thee behind me, Satan." Y'all so foolish. Okay, and the last one under energy impact. Overall, this Taurus takeover will lead to deeper conversations, more vulnerability, starting with self and desiring it from others, desiring safe spaces and expansion of abundance. So again, fixed earth sign, all about being grounded, stability. Don't be surprised if you find yourself craving safe spaces. You're trying to be more vulnerable, kind of like, you know, have more vulnerable emotion-based conversations with your tribe, with your family, with your friends, with your partner, with your children, you know, just desiring to be more vulnerable and deepen your emotional connection. And just this really comes with wanting safe spaces, okay? So don't be surprised about that. Now, do's and don'ts, and we're going to move through these quickly. Do's and don'ts. Be mindful of tense moments that may come up in your day-to-day. These tense moments are present to show you your triggers that are likely centered in threats to your safety. I'm going to say that again. Be mindful of tense moments that come up in your day-to-day. These tense moments are present to show you your triggers that are likely centered in threats to your safety. Do not respond from emotions. Respond with logic by identifying what is triggered and do the self-work to regulate your emotions before choosing a behavioral response. Okay? Safety, stability. Whatever's triggered in you, it's because in some way, more than likely, you feel a threat to your stable. You feel a threat to your peace. You feel a threat to your joy. You feel a threat to your overall wellness, which is your stability. Find out what's triggered. Identify your trigger. Do your work to regulate your emotions. And then choose a wellness-centered behavioral response. And this is the thing. When I say wellness-centered behavioral response, that doesn't mean that somebody gonna try you and you're gonna sit there and be like, you know what, let's meditate together. Take my hands. No. That don't mean that somebody gonna disrespect you and you're gonna be like, you know what, my child, let us pray. No. Sometimes a wellness-centered response is walking away. Sometimes a wellness-centered response is putting their ass out and telling them they gotta go. It's sometimes just hanging up that phone. Sometimes it's just saying, this is a boundary. I made it clear this is a boundary, and reinforcing your boundaries verbally. That is also a wellness-centered response. Okay, come on now with it. Come on now with it. That's that shadow work. All of this is really centered in shadow work. And that's why I spoke about that Jupiter and Taurus is going to show who's really been doing their work, who's really been doing their shadow work, who's really been working on their boundaries, who's really been working on regulating their emotions and identifying their communication style and how you communicate, and working on their negative self-talk and making sure that you are combating negative thoughts with positive I am mantras, who has really shifted and changed their spiritual, mental, and physical energy, because that is all what's going to manifest. Okay. Now, the next do/don't. As the universe abundantly manifests according to your nature, give gratitude for the expansions that are in your favor and that you enjoy. The expansions that aren't so pleasurable may be showing you aspects of self that you still need to work on. Take note. Now, you got two sides. Jupiter and Taurus is all about expansion. There's going to be some aspects of this expansion, these opportunities that's going to come. It's abundance. It's beautiful. You love it. You like it. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is all of that, right? Give gratitude for that. But then you also may have some things that manifest and that expand that aren't so pleasurable. Those things are showing you aspects of yourself that you need to work on still. Okay, aspects of yourself that are triggered. You need to take notes and still give gratitude. Thank you for this lesson. You know what? I still need to work on this. You know what? I need to work on that. Okay, so this is not a season that we are wondering, why is this happening to me? Oh, woe is me, and you don't know what's going on. Anything that occurs that does not seem pleasurable to you, that you don't identify as a joy or as a pleasure, something that you want to keep, is showing you what you need to work on during this time. Take notes, okay? The next one, don't be closed off to the opportunity to expand your community, including through repaired relationships. Now, I already done told y'all about that. He loosened up the grip on the headlock. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, no, I'm playing. But for real, don't be closed off to the opportunity to expand your community, including through repaired relationships. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to push you, but I'm saying, family members coming back and returning. You never thought you was going to talk to that cousin again because she stole that $5 out your purse. She was a crackhead back then. She don't went to rehab now. She good. Give her a chance. Give her a chance. Forgiveness is the key. Give a chance. Okay, people gonna try to return back to the community. Don't be closed off to letting them in. Okay, don't be closed off. Now the next one. Tap into your desires to learn something new, practice new practices, expand your philosophies, and create new aspects of your ideals, visions. Okay, again, Jupiter is all about expansion, idealism, philosophies. Don't be closed off to practicing new things, adding to your vision, expanding your vision, seeing it as bigger than what you imagined before. Don't be closed off to changing your vision, editing that business plan. You may have some new knowledge. You may find yourself having the urge to try something new, add a new tool to your spiritual wellness toolbox, right? Don't be closed off to practicing new things. Follow that little that little unction in your spirit. That little unction in your spirit, follow that. Something in your spirit says, oh, I think I want to try this. Go try it. I think I want to Google this. Go Google it. I think I want to study this. Go study it. Right now in the wellness community, one thing I love with y'all is how we be on Zooms and we just be talking, and I'll say something, and I love when y'all just go on rabbit holes and be studying. That really, really delights my heart, because that's what this wellness journey is about, right? So in our last Zoom, I was talking about Lloyd Strayhorn and numerology, right? And I put like a video in the chat, and folks like Dual Goddess Divine Jane and many other people, Fire and many other people in the chat have been going down deep rabbit holes of continuing and expanding their knowledge and information on numerology. So I was having a consultation with a sister, and I was telling her to it was Nakia, study sacred geometry. Like, let that be your next step in your wellness journey, right? Get into sacred geometry, expand your mind in that way. See what new information that you can practice. I was A while ago, I was telling y'all, like, tropical astrology is great, but also look up your Vedic natal chart, right? The Eastern astrology. Understand who you are according to the Eastern time perspective, okay, and the Eastern alignments, okay? Practice that. Like, this is the fun thing. It's fun. It's fun. This is how you enhance your knowledge and enhance your wellness. Go down these little rabbit holes. So when you get that urge, you get that desire, something in you is telling you, like, oh, I want to study this. I want to see what this is. Google sacred geometry. Google Lloyd Strayhorn. Google supreme mathematics. Google the Chaldean theory, the Chaldean numerology. Google just Vedic astrology. Google. Just go down rabbit holes, read books, do all those things. Sigils have kind of been corrupted, but sigils can, yes, be sacred geometry and ideally should be. It should be. But follow those urges to study new things and go down these rabbit holes and share information and share resources. I love in the wellness community group chat how, Dual Goddess Divine Jane, she'll drop a link to Lloyd Strayhorn's podcast on numerology, and Fire will drop links, and this person and that person. Everybody's just like sharing information because on their own, they're going down rabbit holes and listening to all this information, and then they're sharing it with their tribe. And anyone who's interested in that can tap in. So you do that with your tribe. Share this information with your friends. And again, deepen those emotional connections. Create these safe spaces with your community. Put folks on. Each one teach one. Okay? Now, the last one of the do's and don'ts. Your need for safety and stability is key at this time. Acknowledge that and do the work to stay safe. But remember that safety and stability starts internally. So practice a lot of root chakra work because your root chakra is about safety, grounding, protection. Practice a lot of root chakra work. Hold close to your grounding techniques. Identify safe spaces, safe body positions, comfort techniques, and more. I'm going to say that again. Practice a lot of root chakra work. Hold close to your grounding techniques. Identify your safe spaces in your home, safe spaces in your community, safe spaces in groups, right? Where at work do you feel safe? Who do you feel safe with at work? Who amongst your tribe, amongst your community, do you feel the safest with? Who in your family do you feel safe with? Identify your safe spaces. What are your safe body positions? This is important to know because certain positions that we place ourselves in automatically trigger safety. Some people, it's the hugging position, right? When you put your knees to your chest and hold yourself. For some people, it's fetal position. For some people, it's laying flat on their stomach or flat on their back. What are your safe body positions? For some people, it's just holding their wrist. This is the safe body position. So sometimes you'll see folks with their hands in their laps and they're just holding their wrist. That's a safe body position. So what are safe body positions for you? Okay. What are certain comfort techniques? What's something that you do that brings you comfort immediately? Okay, because again, all of this is talking about how safety and stability starts internally. So what are your comfort techniques? What do you do for comfort for yourself? Okay, so just be mindful of all of that. Now let's move to journal prompts. Okay, oh, we have 42 minutes, y'all. We gonna be done in under an hour. Deja, I'm finna put you out. I'm about to put you out, Deja. Deja, I'm about to put you out. Why you always got to come in here and get started, Deja? Huh? What you mean that that's a comfort position? You just had a baby, Deja. Little Serenity is just starting. Google Gang, Deja. Give her a chance to be an only child, Deja. What you mean that's a comfort position? Jesus. Journal prompts. The first journal prompt, and if you are taking notes by hand, this will be the part that you probably need to write verbatim. Wellness community, it'll be in the Patreon after this video. The first journal prompt. In this past year, what work have you done to enhance your wellness? Simple, because that's what's going to manifest. In this past year, what work have you done to enhance your wellness? Second prompt. What is the trigger that you most recently identified? What is the trigger within yourself? What is the trigger that you most recently identified? What is the root of that trigger? What is the emotional and physical response to that trigger? Are you okay with those responses? If not, what work are you doing to heal that trigger? The reason I put this as the journal prompt, family, is because, as I said in the very beginning, this is a time where people are going to try to test your wellness. So don't be surprised if your triggers are being pulled at this moment, right? People are really going to start trying to try you. You need to know how to immediately do the work to unpack your triggers, okay? So when I'm asking that's one journal prompt. When I'm asking those series of questions, I need y'all to practice this externally, because in the midst of a moment, you may be at work, you may be driving, you could be in the middle of something. You ain't gonna be able to write this. You got to know how to do this work in your head, right? So in the midst of you being tried, you got to know how to ask yourself, what is my trigger? Identify the trigger. What is the root of this trigger? Identify the root. What caused it? What led to this? Why is this even a trigger? What is the emotional and physical response to that trigger? You got to know how to assess your emotions and assess your body. Okay? Are you okay with it? Am I okay with my response right now? Remember what I said earlier. You have to regulate your emotions. That's why you need to identify your emotional and physical response. You got to know how to regulate yourself. And then you choose the behavioral response of your choice, hopefully one that's centered in wellness, okay? And if you are not okay with having that trigger, if you are not okay with maybe that trigger being as sensitive as it is, okay, that's something that I still need to work on this. I still need to heal this. So that's why I put that journal prompt. Now, third journal prompt. How do you know? Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is one I feel like is going to shake the table. Shout out to K. Michelle. How do you know when an opportunity is right for you? What are your signs? How do you know when an opportunity is right for you? What are your signs? This is for the people who self-doubt. This is for the people who don't feel worthy. This is for the people who are unsure. This is for the people who good things happen to you and you don't even know if this good thing is meant for you, or you don't even know how to identify a good thing when it comes to you. That's for those people. How do you know when an opportunity is right for you? What are your signs? As you unpack this journal question, you may actually realize that you have no signs, because that's how much you doubt yourself. You have no signs because that's how much you feel unworthy. I cannot tell y'all how often I'm talking to somebody and something good or someone good comes into their life and they start picking apart everything that's wrong with it, all the what ifs of what could go wrong. And my response is, what if it goes right? What if it goes right? Let's create that vision. Let's manifest that vision. What if it goes right? What are your signs that something is good for you? How will you know? And communicate that with the universe. Let the universe know, if you're going to manifest something for me, if you're going to show me something, these are the signs that I need to know that this is a good thing for me. What are your signs that an opportunity or a person or anything is good for you? You know all the signs that is bad. You know all the signs that is toxic. What are your signs that is good for you? Unpack that, okay? Unpack that. Now the next one, okay? If the universe, y'all, I love you, okay? If the universe manifested only according to who you are and what you do right now, not your potential, not who you want to be, but actually who you are right now, Would you be happy with that? If the universe only manifested forever, only manifested according to who you are right now, how you think, your true intentions, your nature, the things you do, would you be happy with that? What aspects of yourself, including your thinking, behavior, and spirituality, would you change? What aspects would you change? If the answer is no, if you really sit and self-reflect on how you think, if you really sit and self-reflect on your intentions, how you feel, how you behave, and the universe only manifested according to that, would you be happy? If not, what aspects of you do you need to change? Because that's your work. Hey, Miss Helen, how you doing? I see you. Okay, the last journal prompt. When you sit alone in a quiet space, are you happy? Simple. When you sit alone in a quiet space, are you happy? That's a happiness check. That's a wellness check. Okay? Are you happy? If the answer is no, if the answer is, I don't know, start working on it. What's causing it? What's causing you to be unhappy? What's causing you to be unsure and feeling unsafe and insecure in your happiness? What's causing that? Because Jupiter expansion, that's what's going to manifest. So you need to start doing the work to shift and change that, because that's what's going to manifest. Now let's go to these crystals and these herbs. Now let me tell you how this is going to go. I'm going to tell you the five crystals, five herbs. I'm going to tell you the crystals to get and their purpose, and then I'm gonna tell you the herbs to get in their purpose. Now, this is the thing. So last moon cycle, y'all know how it was like all these crystals are for intuition. This is different. Every single crystal has a different purpose, and I was very intentional about that, because don't forget, we have the new moon in Taurus, but it's making a quick shift to Gemini. So that shift and change and transition energy is really aligning with how quick these opportunities is going to come. It's really aligning with how quick these triggers may appear, and how Jupiter is going to expand according to our nature and according to the work that we do, right? So you'll have the ability to quickly shift and change things in your life and how they manifest externally. So I'm going to give y'all a list of crystals, 5 crystals. Each of them have a different purpose and a different intention that you'll use them for. Now, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. And let's just be clear about this. I always get asked, what should I do with the crystals? What should I do with the herbs? You do whatever your spirit leads you to do with them. You can meditate with them, with the crystals. You can meditate holding them. You could place them in your car. You could keep them on you when you are moving throughout your day. Keep them close to you. Some people even infuse their water and things like that with their crystals. Some people put them under their pillows when they're sleeping. Do whatever your spirit leads you to do with the crystals. Now, with the herbs, you can make a tea. You can take a spiritual bath with them. You could do a smoke bowl with them, like a smudge bowl. Do anything that your spirit leads you to do with them, okay? You can, put them in your food. You can do a multitude of things with them, okay? Now, I'm going to give you the crystals and their purpose. Let's go. 5 crystals. Now, it's going to be jade or emerald. You can get jade or emerald, both with the same purpose, abundance and expansion. Okay, jade or emerald for abundance and expansion. Okay, come on, Universal Lighthouse. Come on, Universal Lighthouse. Sean Williams, okay, this is our crystal queen in the wellness community, okay? Crystal queen. And Sean, and for anybody, Sean, specifically, if you feel like there's any crystals or anything like that you would recommend for this new moon in Taurus, or for Jupiter in Taurus, or for Mercury direct in Taurus, feel free to share them in the chat for anybody, but specifically our crystal queen, Sean. Okay, jade or emerald is for abundance and expansion. Selenite for clarity. Aventurine for decision making. This is for those opportunities that's going to come. And should I do it? Should I not do it? Okay. This is for those opportunities. Aventurine for decision making. Lapis lazuli for communication. That's that Mercury direct, cleansing and clearing that throat chakra, okay? Also helping with that intuition. Moonstone for manifestation and intuition, okay? In alignment with that Jupiter in Taurus, Mercury direct in Taurus, and with that new moon in Taurus, okay? New moon is all about setting intentions and manifesting, okay? And we're manifesting for this cycle, we're manifesting internally to externally, specifically, okay? Moonstone for manifestation and intuition. I'm going to run back through them real quick. Jade or emerald, selenite, aventurine, lapis lazuli, and moonstone. Those are your crystals. Let's move to the herbs. For herbs, I'm going to tell you the herb and I'm going to tell you its purpose. This is my favorite, okay? This is a resin, okay? I get the resin. For the resin, thank you. The resin, frankincense, purification, grounding, emotional regulation, and protection. Purification, grounding, emotional regulation, and protection. Frankincense, okay? Whorehound, that's the second herb. Protection, creativity, clarity, and new opportunities. Whorehound, protection, creativity, clarity, and new opportunities. One of my favorites, echinacea. Echinacea is for intuition and abundance in all areas. Now, echinacea, this is for anybody who plans on taking echinacea, like drinking it, doing anything where it's going to be digested and absorbed in the body. I gotta go on, okay? Echinacea increases fertility, okay? I got to tell y'all the full truth, nothing but the truth. Echinacea increases fertility. So if you don't want no little wines, echinacea may not be for you. Okay, I always got to give that clarity. All right, I don't want nobody coming up extra fertile and popping up with a baby and talking about Queen told me to take. Echinacea increases fertility. Got to tell y'all. Wormwood, the fourth herb, wormwood increases intuition and eases tension internally and externally. Wormwood is really, really good. Okay, it increases intuition and it eases tension. So this is, if your triggers are being pulled in the household, if there's tension in the household, tension in the workplace, you may want to smudge with some wormwood. Now, this is the thing about wormwood too. If you choose to ingest it, wormwood is a dewormer. So I need to give that forewarning as well. Wormwood is a dewormer. Now, just be mindful that if you take wormwood, especially if you're taking it consistently, you're going to see worms in your poop. Wormwood is a dewormer. Okay? Just be mindful of that, which may be a good thing for some folks who plan on detoxing. When it comes to doing root chakra work, y'all know anything with cayenne pepper, anything with red peppers, and is good for you for root chakra work, but also detoxing is good for the root chakra as well, okay? Wormwood is a detoxer, it's a dewormer, okay? So just be mindful of that. If you choose to ingest it, it tastes disgusting. If you choose to ingest it, you're going to see worms in your poop. Just know that. The last one is cedarwood. Cedarwood is all about expansion and abundance. And you can get you a good cedarwood candle. You can get actual cedarwood and burn it, but cedarwood, okay? Now, here's the five again, the five herbs. Frankincense, whorehound, echinacea, wormwood, cedarwood. Frankincense, whorehound, echinacea, wormwood, and cedarwood. Those are the five herbs, okay? Is it safe for pets? I don't know if wormwood is safe for pets, Phoenix Rising. That's a good question. I don't know if wormwood is safe for pets. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I don't know. But all right, family. So that is all. Okay, we've covered everything. We've covered the new moon in Taurus, Jupiter in Taurus. We've covered Mercury direct in Taurus, which I call it the Taurus takeover. I went over how it could potentially impact our energy. I also identified 5 do's and don'ts. I shared 5 journal prompts. I shared 5 crystals and 5 herbs, all with the intention of utilizing this energy for our wellness. I heavily advise that you tap into your grounding techniques because, again, that Taurus energy is all about feeling safe, feeling steady, feeling stable. So tap into your grounding techniques. It's warmer outside. Start walking outside barefoot. Start really practicing some Reiki and connecting with the trees, connecting with the plants, connecting with animals, going to the water as often as possible. This is a good time to really, kind of increase your spiritual baths and your spiritual showers, having keeping your smudge sprays and things like that close to you. This is really the time to start just kind of getting in tune heavily with nature. All right, really connecting with nature. Okay, this is that time. All right, family. Safety and stability start within. Peace and calm start within. Stay well. I love y'all, wellness community. You know what? We should, let me post the notes. There we go. The notes are published in the Patreon. We should do a Zoom this weekend, family. Wellness community, how y'all feel about that? We should do a Zoom on Saturday. I'm looking at my calendar. We should do a Zoom on Saturday. And then we'll have the book club meeting on the 27th. How y'all feel about that, family? I'm looking at the chat. How y'all feel about a Zoom Saturday with the intention to talk about expansion and abundance, talk about manifestation, to talk about our internal work that we've been doing or desire to do? Okay, let's do it. All right, so we're going to do a Zoom on Saturday. Okay, come on now. I love this. Loving the lake, sweeten the water with sweet corn and honey. I love that. That's a lot of Oshun work. Okay, so we're going to do it. We're going to do a Zoom on Saturday, family. A Zoom on Saturday. Lakita, you better get with us. Lakita. I'll put the Zoom link in the Patreon. Okay, family. I love y'all. I will see y'all on Saturday, family. Peace.